working with connections. In this final step, we're going to talk about connections. And what a connection is that it's similar to a relationship between two entities in a GraphQL API. So if we look at this diagram, we'd say that person A knows person B. And in this case, person A is an entity, also known as a node in discrete mathematics, and person B is an entity, also known as a node. And the relationship between person A and person B is that person A knows person B. And in discrete math, this relationship knows is called an edge. Now, what has happened in GraphQL is that a convention has evolved that allows queries to describe relationships between entities in terms of their connections. Now also, please know that the notion of a connection has become a specification in the Relay framework. And what Relay is a graphical user interface, a web specification for creating UIs on a web page. And their Relay has created a spec called the connection specification. But we're going to go with the concepts for now, just so you can learn how to write queries that describe connections. So right now you can see that we have person A knows person B. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually execute a query in GraphQL under the GraphQL playground against the IMBOB API. So let's go down and grab a connections query, and in this case, we're going to copy. Let's see, we're going to copy the search person query. We're going to go to the copy icon. You can see I just clicked it, and let's jump over into the GraphQL playground. And you can see I'm already authenticated. There's my header, and let's copy in the query, and we'll discuss what that query means. So what we're doing, let's see, we have a little bit of a typo here. Let's see if we can get that to go away. Okay, good. And then we need, get that go away too. Oh, we copied too much. All right, good. Now we have a query, and we're going to search for persons, and this is a query that is custom to IMBOB. There's no such thing as a general search person query in GraphQL. Every implementation of a GraphQL API needs to write their own queries. That's just the way it is. So in this case, the search person query takes two parameters, the first name and the last name of the person we're searching for. And we're asking to get back the page info type, and just tell us if there's more pages in the query. And then also it's going to get back a collection. And the collection is the person or persons that satisfy the query conditions. And notice that within the query there is a property called likes connection. And again, this is conventional, but what this is going to do is this is going to tell us all the people or all the entities that the found person likes. So let's run the query and see what happens. I'm going to click the go, and now you can see that indeed we did get a response from the query, and we can see that it's giving us the first name and last name of the person that was the return value from the search. Also, it's given us the page info information. This says that in the information that was returned, there is no more information. There is no has next page. So this is all we get from the query. And we do get a collection, and the collection contains, contains one person, which is Nicholas Rogue, and it gives all the people that Nicholas Rogue likes. And we call this the likes connection. And again, this is conventional, but if you're using Relay, it is part of the specification. And what it's saying is that, in effect, Nicholas Rogue likes David Bowie, he likes Candy Clark, he likes Mick Jagger, and he likes Susan Steffen, and these are all the persons in his like connection. So the purpose of step 8 is to show you that there is a convention or a specification, again, if you're using Relay, that allows us to create relationships based on the semantic meaning of that relationship. In other words, he likes them, he knows them, photos, he has photos of them. And the way the convention works is you use the name descriptor of the relationship with the suffix connection. So in this case, it's likes connection. If indeed there were contacts, we would create a query called contacts connection.